said, I struggle to get mine. Hustle from the bottom, the customers don't lie. 365 is in days and I'm gon' shine. Hustle till I die, so whenever I shine, you found me kind of better.
What up, though, people? It's your man, Prof. This is another episode of Cigars with Friends on the Real Ish Radio Network. This week, I got a couple of my homies with me. I got DJ Pest and my boy Darryl Folks of So Fresh Grill. We're going to chop it up about entrepreneurship, the hustle, and just the daily grind. So I'm going to definitely bring my people in, and let's chop it up. What up, though?
What up?
What up? What's going on?
Man, we here, man. The agony of the hustle, man. So I figured, you two entrepreneurs, why not have y'all on the show tonight so we could chop it up?
Absolutely. That's amazing. Thanks for having me.
For sure. So just to pop it off, man, I want to run through what made y'all want to go into business for yourself. So Pest, I'm gonna start with you, man. So what was your motivation to not be, the regular 9 to 5, and jump into business for yourself?
I don't know. I just love DJing that much. I really, I started young. I started DJing when I was 14. So already being on a path of doing that, by the time it was time for me to, get out and get a job, it didn't feel natural. So I just continued doing what I was already doing. By the time it was time for me to,
That's what's up. Something playing. You got to plan on the device. I'm hearing you again. But that makes sense. If you found your passion early, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Darryl, what about you?
Hold on, wait. You said I'm playing double?
Yeah. Are you planning on another device?
I don't think so.
It might have been me for a second. I was just sharing.
Okay.
Oh, yep. Your ass. Okay. I know I ain't tripping. I know I heard it. I heard exactly what you said twice, but it's all good. Share that shit. Make sure people comment. If you watching it, make sure y'all share that shit, man. Let's get it out here and let everybody hear what we got to talk about. So Darryl, same question to you. What made you want to be an entrepreneur?
Man, really, I'm gonna be honest with you, my family. All the way back, a lot of people from Southwest know the Rollercade. Between the Rollercade and my father having his own pest control company, it was really kind of hard for me to actually, like I said, get a normal job. I had a few jobs or whatnot, but it's just nothing never worked out. My last job, I really said, forget it. I think I was working janitorial or something at Ford, and I ain't think it happened, man. They fired me on my 89th day, bro.
Right before you got them bennies, they got you to fuck up out of there.
I was never late. I was cool, man. I said, man, this is it.
That's hilarious.
Yep. So after that, man, I'm like, man, I'm done. But I already been doing, had my own business or whatnot. It was more so part-time. But like I say, family always been entrepreneurs. So for me, like Pat said, it was natural for me to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dope. Somebody just sent me $1 on Zelle. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but I'll take it. Yeah, well, me, if you ever seen me talk about the story, I talked about it a million times, but me personally getting into it, 1996, I was 16 years old. I was working at Avis Rent a Car. My uncle was the general manager. He ran it. And I was killing, working all type of hours in the summer of 96. And I had a check. It was for $1,000. So man, you $1,000, 16, no bills. Nigga, I'm super hype. I'm like, shit, I got 1,000, blah, blah, blah. I'm hype. And so he like, why you so hyped up? I'm like, shit, I got $1,000. We about to do the food. And so he showed me his check, and it was $10,000. And he was like, this is the difference between an employer and an employee. So from that day forth, my mind was like, I didn't want to work for anybody. That was just something that was embedded in me on that type of time. Now, I didn't know it would lead me to the path that I'm on now, but that definitely had me that entrepreneurship, like, shit, I want my own business. Never knew what the business was going to be. Like, I wanted to take up business administration in college, but for those who know, I was a college athlete, and I transferred from a JUCO. So when you transfer to a Division I, they don't give a fuck what you want to be. They're going to put you in a school that accept the most credits, and political science end up, accepting most of my credits when I transfer. So that was the reason why I actually, took that up in college. But that was the reason that I started being an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? That was the reason. 1996 was the birth of all the shit I do now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's how I got that was like the bug. And I'm like, damn, I'm making a percentage of what he making. Now it's more work, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just, I don't want people to think that it's just easy. Oh, you be an entrepreneur, you make more money than everybody else. Fuck no, that's nowhere near, you know what I'm saying, how it really plays out. But that what sent me on that path, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I see it's a lot of people, especially with the pandemic, you know, starting businesses, getting into that. I want to touch on just different stages of it. So first I want to say the struggle. So what was your first struggle when you started to get into business for yourself? Because it ain't just, I'm gonna jump in this shit and it's gonna work out.
Right.
The struggle, are we talking about from Jump Street, or are we talking about from the pandemic?
No, from the jump. We're gonna get to the pandemic.
Okay.
We're gonna start from where you started doing business for yourself.
From jump was just nervous. I remember just really being nervous about approaching people to, you know, get in business with me. I still struggle with that to this day. But yeah, that's one of the struggles I had. You know, just getting into the place where I can do the work was the hard part for me, because, you know, people don't, you know, they don't move out the way and let somebody, you know, take the new role. You know, like the OGs won't get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So I struggle with that a lot. Other than that, once I get in, we good.
Now, when you say the struggle with the OGs, now, was it partly they was looking at you as competition? Yeah, I dealt with that. I remember when I first jumped into, I done ran, you know, multiple companies, but when I jumped in for photography, just for one of the lanes that I work in, I know when I first started, like a couple people showing love, giving me little tips and pointers, and I noticed as I progressed, the people start acting different towards me. You know what I'm saying? Like I see like them little pointers, or motherfucker don't return your call, or oh man, I meant to do this, blah blah blah, kind of leave you stranded when you needed some help, because they start looking at you as competition. Which to me, I think that's stupid, because if you fuck with me and we doing the same thing, bro, I can only be one place at a time. So when somebody called me two people called me this Saturday, the first person that dropped the deposit got me. So the other person, hey, you know what, my man can do it. You know what I'm saying? Can shoot, and we can do that to each other. So I think we really need to get out that mode of competing and collaborating. Is you know what I'm saying? Collaborate instead of competing, because there's money out here for all of us. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that part you said, it kind of touched me, because I know a couple people. I'm gonna keep them nameless because I'm just gonna watch them die slow. But I know for real shit. Like that shit happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So what about you, Darryl? Starting off early, what was the struggle? Jack Tal, what up? I see you. What up, Tiff? What up, Castro? My boy Les, what's happening? I see everybody tapping in. I appreciate the support. Make sure y'all like and share the video. But what were some of your early struggles getting into business, Darryl?
I guess the struggle was and I don't really have too many fears, but I just say the fear of unknown. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? Like where do I start? What direction do I go in? Because you know, my family had, you know, businesses or whatnot, but the actual information wasn't necessarily from a mentor standpoint, that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong? You know, a lot of us in our community, it ain't no mentors.
Yeah, you know, learn on the fly.
Yeah, you learn it on the fly. So every time of course, I done started a couple businesses. Start one, you fail, but it ain't necessarily a failure. You learn it. All right, where did I mess up? What I mess up with that? All right, what I messed up on that, I'm gonna apply that to the next business. Boom, okay. I'm gonna do it again. So it's kind of like this trial and error, going back and forth. I mean, I think my biggest thing, like I say, was that the unknown. Like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna do it, I'm giving my all anyway. So at the end of the day, if it worked, then we own. If not, then I'll pick up where I left off and keep moving.
That makes sense. We got a question. Jack said, who should I ask for help and who's genuinely going to help? That's real. Sometimes it's hard. You got to figure it. Sometimes you got to bump your head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what I always say to people that I fuck with that's in my circle, like, you know, even Jack, when you hit me up before when we was getting the LLCs going, I try to help my people out, because I always say I bump my head so y'all can duck. You know what I mean? And it's not a lot of people that's like that, though. A lot of people are just selfish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes it's hard to find a mentor or somebody to give you the information. One thing about our community, we hoard information. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting people up on game, we like, shit, I don't want them getting my money, which if you really out here getting it, it ain't going to affect you. You know what I'm saying?
So much money out for all of us.
We all everything we do, like far as like I do multiple businesses, but photography is the main thing. It's a million photographers, but guess what? It's a million events.
Right.
Every weekend.
Facts.
And some during the week. It's a million DJs. Guess what? It's a million. Y'all can't be at every one of them. It's impossible.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's a million restaurants. But guess what? Somebody might want a shrimp bowl. So guess what? Who got it? They gonna come see you today. So like I always talk about. I heard this. I can't remember who I got it from, but if you go down the bread aisle, it's 30 fucking different bread companies. You're gonna pick what you want.
Yep.
So if you do your thing, the people gonna pick you.
That's
and
true.
guess what? And if that bread is sold out, what you do? You go to the next bread. You might like Wonder Bread, but you know what? This shit all gone. So now you got to get Nature's Best. So if I go see DJ Ziploc, he not available. Guess what? Damn, DJ Pest open this weekend. Right. It's all about the hustle in that. You know what I'm saying? And I think our people, man, I think we so stuck in the system of not having that once we get something, we don't want to share it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to share information, which information is free. Like one day I made a stat and say, you know what? A like and a share don't cost you a dime. Not a dime.
It's a scarcity mindset. You know what I'm saying? When you come from a mindset, it's not enough, or there is not enough of anything. You know, in your mind, we've been trained to always think like, I gotta keep it, I gotta hold it.
Yeah.
But like I say, like if you hold $1 and you don't let that boy go, your hand gonna be closed all the time with that $1. As soon as you let it go, it allow you the ability to receive more. But
that's really the fear. That's the fear of the other person not wanting to, you know, they're scared they're gonna get pushed out of their spot, but stop just a lot. And that's one of the reasons me moving out here. Right? Because even when you're asking me these questions, Prof, I'm having a hard time because I restarted.
Yeah.
Moved out here and had to restart.
Trust me, I remember.
Everything.
We talked a lot during that process.
Yeah, so when you ask me these questions, I'm like, okay, is he talking about in 2007 or are you talking about in 2013? So yeah, that's the fear of that is good. But like even what you're saying, Darryl, people don't want to let go of that $1, you know. So they just like this. They got their defense up the whole entire time of their career.
Yeah.
And nobody's moving at this point.
That's true. That's fact.
Yeah, and it hits our community even harder. Because we always late to the game because none of the information, none of the information was available for us. So we always, catching the tail end of shit. And when we get it, we don't want to share it. And it's kind of stupid. Like, I'm not going to lie. If certain people reach out to me, I kind of try and fill out their vibe. Like, some people just jump on shit because they see it's something to quick lick. Like, if you feel like you're really trying, I don't mind helping you. But if I see you a nigga that's just trying to jump in and fuck the game up and get you a couple dollars and run, then I'll be hesitant. I will be honest about that. But if I see you trying to get it, why wouldn't I help you if I could? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had a long conversation with one of my buddies yesterday. He's about to start a business, and I'm telling him information that I already know. I'm telling him, don't do this, do this. I already been down that route. So why waste the money if I already wasted it for both of us? What Jay-Z say? Hove already been through that, so why you have to go through it? You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, and I think sometimes is also pride. You know what I'm saying? Even asking for help. I remember years ago when I was doing another business, one of my cousins was getting something from another guy, and I had it, and it bothered me. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just call me? And I took it personal. My thing is, you're getting taxed by this other guy because he's coming to me first. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about it. He just like, he didn't want his little cousin to surpass him, which we can eat together. Now you wasting more money. Right. And some mental blocks we have as a people, and we can't get over that shit. That's true. And you stunting your own growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I moved, like, I'm in Arizona as well. So I'm pretty much in some extent is starting over. Like, I can fly back to Detroit and still work, but I don't want to do what I just did last summer. I literally flew back 14 times to shoot wedding. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot from May to October. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to establish myself down here. But even in reproducing what I'm doing, I still got to network and build. And to be 100% honest, I done reached out to other people in the same business. So it's almost like it's not starting over because I'm established and I can always fly to go make money. But it's like starting over here. I'm almost in the starting over process. And so I've been networking with photographers and shit that's in the game. And I hate to say it, but the 3 black photographers that I linked up with, they be spinning me, don't hit me back. I met a 60-year-old white lady that's a photographer. She been plugging me with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, And that shit bothers me. Like, and she cool people. Like, I remember, like, I was like, I got to get more white brides in my portfolio. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's so diverse down here where I was black, white, and Mexican. So I'm like, I got to get more people in my portfolio. So when I'm reaching out to these people, they want to see people that look like them. She's like, okay, well, look, I'm going to have my daughter put on a wedding dress and we're going to go out in the desert and do a photo shoot. Oh, I got a wedding this week. You want to come so you can get some more people in your port? And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. And I'm like, damn, that's good looking out. We even took the 360 out. So now I got promo of people on my 360 booth, promo of me shooting a Latino and white couple, and a promo of a white lady in a bride in a wedding dress in the middle of the desert. So now I got that to help promote my company. And it was outside my people, and I'm networking with my people, and they ain't fucking with it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying? So that alone just opens your eyes, like, that's fucked up, and that's the way that we think, man. So I just want to touch on different things about entrepreneurship, and I want people to learn from these podcasts. Like, a lot of the time we on here, we shoot the shit. A lot of shit be jokes and fun, but sometimes it'd be serious, man. Especially with I seen a lot of people start, new businesses through the pandemic, and they might be missing some information that we might can help them with, or just understanding what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Easy Work Transportation, Easy Work Clothing Line, Jack Towel with the party. But, you know what I'm saying? People out here working, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? That push or information from us or others can help them. So we talked about different struggles. What do you think got you over the hump through the struggle?
You want to go first?
I'll go. Man, it's no easy path.
Facts.
For real, it's no easy path, bro. Like, you really just got to keep pushing. I say one thing that helped me to continue to push was my family. Like,
100%.
Waking up, you know what I'm saying, to my wife, knowing that I'm not going, like, I can't just go to work and I get paid every Friday. Like, like that's like, to some people that's scary. To me, that's a challenge. So I'm like, shit, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm challenging myself. I'm challenging myself every day. Every day. Like, I'm my own competition. And then for me, so like, just to keep pushing, keep going. My family, my kids. I mean, shit. If I don't bring that home, they ain't eating.
Yeah, that's motivation for sure.
That's simple. It's that simple. At the end of the day, it's that simple. So, I mean, that's really, my motivation to keep me going. That's it for me.
Yeah. And I just wanted to see what you was gonna say, because it's the same answer for me. Having the best motivation that I get personally from what I do is seeing how excited my family is about the progression I've made. So, I'm doing it, of course, for me, but the one thing that keeps me going is to see if they, like, how they respond to it. And if they're excited about it, I'm able to do things for them that, I just wasn't going to be able to do working a 9 to 5. That keeps me right over that, continuously going over that hump. And that's just really it. The family motivates me the best.
Yeah.
To get out the struggle.
Yeah, right. I would say that mine is consistent with y'all. Like, I would say the family aspect is definitely the motivation. Me personally, I'm big on the daddy role. So, like, my daughter never caught the bus to school. I took her and picked up school every day. She in the 9th grade now. That never stopped. Never had daycare. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on my kids, and my father was in and out, so I never want to be that. You know what I mean? So that's one of my motivations to push. And I would say, like, my support system at home helped me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, when my wife has been down 10 toes through the struggle of nigga ain't nothing coming in. Like you say, if you don't got no job, bro, I can go to the office 4 or 5 days straight and not make a dime. You know what I'm saying? And I'm losing money because it's gas. Me and my daughter got to eat. You know what I'm saying? So that's money lost every day we go out and we don't bring nothing in. Now, we might have that lump that can balance it out when it drops, but in that process, we got to do it. So not having the support, because one thing for sure, if you got to fight the fight in the streets and come home and fight it,
it's rough.
That's a whole nother fucking ball game. So I definitely got a lot of credit to my wife for holding me down, because nigga, it's been times when she had to just step in and fill the void. You know what I'm saying? And that helped me when you got a motherfucker that support you and pushing you at home, and they understand that this is your thing. It helps it be easier. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about me personally, I'm not afraid to fail. I done had shit that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But I like you say, it ain't a loss, it's a lesson. So I learned from it and took that on to my next project or the next move I made. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's big. And being a sponge. You know what I'm saying? Like they always say, you got two ears and one mouth. You know what I'm saying? So you can listen twice as much as you speak. And sometimes you got to sit back and listen, learn, and research. Man, a lot of times we overspend or just make dumb moves because we don't have the information. But even if somebody not going to get us, don't mean we can't go out here and find it. One thing I pride myself on is being a researcher. You know what I'm saying? Like I done saved so much money in business by doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just saying, I was telling my homeboy, like he wanted to do a business. And I was like, well, you should do it this way because I went that route. You're going to save 50%. And 50% is a lot, especially just starting off because you need every penny because you already funding your own business.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think those are the things that got me through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Definitely having a hustle and then having a support team at home to get you through it because shit, it can get real. It has gotten real. I done seen a lot of DTE bills with a red line on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm honest, you know, I'm transparent for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
way to preach.
You know what I'm saying? So being able to get through that shit, man, it could be, you know what I'm saying? Even with this transition, you know what I'm saying? It's not consistent here yet. Luckily, my name is big enough in Detroit that I can fly home that much, you know what I'm saying, and get a bag and bring it back here. But it's real, man. And then once you get set in this way, that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even get stressed. Like how nigga be like, damn, how I'm gonna make this? I just feel like I'm capable. I don't know. I can't tell you how it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen because I'm gonna work every angle possible. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think one thing about being built for this, I hate when people say, you should start a business. This ain't for everybody.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate when people try to like almost look down on people that got a job. Nigga, you got a job, get your money, take care of your family, live life. I hate when people be making it seem like everybody got to be an entrepreneur. No, it's not. Everybody ain't meant to do everything. No. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be a strong individual, bro. Like mentally, physically, spiritually.
And it has to be in you to do it. Right. Because that's not saying the people that work 9 to 5 not strong. Shit, they strong as hell to have the work, to be able to get up every day and go to work and most of the time be a place they don't want to be at. That's strong in itself to go deal with a bunch of motherfuckers that you don't want to be around for 8 to 12 hours a day. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect that as just as well as I respect the entrepreneur. But I just like to touch on what we go through because sometimes on the outside looking in, it looks like we just, especially if your business is flourishing. I mean, it looks like we living a life, we taking vacations, we get money. But it's another side to that y'all don't see. It's just like social media and Instagram. You show somebody takes 7 pictures and post one.
Right.
We showing you the best of it. Most time you don't see that other side. You don't see that. I ain't go to sleep last night because I was up making promo videos or editing fucking 7 weddings. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to understand that it's a good thing to do if it's for you, but it's work that goes behind it, and it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a fight to get to a consistent level. Like my company's doing well, but shit, it's been 11 years.
So that's the part nobody never talks about. They look at you in the moment. They don't know how long it took to get to that exact moment that your people are glorifying.
People see the shine, but they don't see the grind. The grind part is the hard work, the sleepless nights. I was telling my man the other day, saying he came home from work and he got on social media for a minute and he was tired. I'm like, nigga, ain't no getting tired right now. Especially in a startup, you can't get tired till you get to the point where your business is running almost on its own. Ain't no I'm tired. Tired? Nigga, sleep. You sleep when you can, man. You gotta take naps.
I hope it don't sound discouraging, but I've been DJing since I was 14. I wasn't comfortable until 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, it's a process, man.
Yeah,
it's a process.
It's a long journey, you know.
Bro, trust me, I know. And then it's competitive too, you know. So you got to be able to think about first just getting good at what you do, then being able to compete with the competition and be consistent. And you still got to take care of home. It's so much other aspects that come to it just being an entrepreneur. Like I don't ever want to discourage nobody. I'm just trying to show y'all, another side of it. You're looking at 3 Black men that own their own companies and, just trying to give out information. Hopefully that it helps somebody else in this process.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole key to it, to be 100%. You know, I don't want to be like we just say, oh, don't do this shit. It's hard. It's hard, but guess what? It's fun too.
It's worth it.
Ain't nothing like being able to book a trip and ain't got to worry about getting permission to take a day off work.
Yep.
That's the best part.
My time. That's more valuable than the money, for real.
Yeah. Then when you get to a point where you're rolling, like you might have 3-4 days when you really don't have to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when the photo booth was really taking off. Like I was just sending one of my guys that run the photo booth, and I didn't have to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was running 2. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's just a big thing about I know, like I say, a lot of people are in this process right now. I just want them to know that it's people like us that can do it. We look what we are from the same area. I'm from E-Course. You goddamn, I didn't think about that. I'm from E-Course, you from Ridge, you from Southwest. This is a tri-city. This is a beautiful thing. This is a representation of our whole neighborhood on one screen.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all, you know what I'm saying, doing our thing, and we still growing. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a beautiful thing. But another thing, all right, so now we touched on business and what it takes. Now, I want to ask you, how did the pandemic affect your business? I know we all took some hits before the bounce back.
I was devastated because I remember. Any other thing I do don't matter. Let's just talk about me being a DJ.
Okay.
And just being in the club 52 weeks out of a year for 5 years in Arizona. And then you get a message on your phone saying everything is canceled. Everything is canceled. And DJing is my main source of income. The flyers, all the other stuff I do, that's gas money. But what pays the bills is me DJing. So when they made that announcement, I thought it was the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going. Where am I going to get a job? I didn't know what to do. I think that was March 20. So from like March to April, I mean, I was rocking in the seat. Like, oh, I don't know. I got to I got to get some money. I don't know. You know, where's this money going to come from? So that was just that. Yeah, I was devastated.
Wow. Yeah, for me, it was rough. Restaurants, we was one of the last to close. You know what I mean? We ended up closing like mid pandemic or whatnot. But it was still kind of crazy because you have a lot of people, like, we don't even know. Of course, nobody know what's going on, but we got all these new things you got to do. You got masks, you got gloves, you got hand sanitizer. Then you got to pivot. You got to change the curbside. Now you got delivery. We ain't got no delivery drivers. Be honest. You know, we all know that wasn't in our motto what we have for the restaurant. So I mean, stuff we had to switch over to fast, like, and the stuff that you have to do like right away. But that's still same concept, being an entrepreneur. Things that happen, you got to be able to analyze it, see it, analyze it, and then make adjustments. Like, you have no other option. If you can't see it coming, analyze what's coming, make adjustments, going forward past the pandemic is gonna be rough for you. But it was crazy, bro. Like, for real. From a financial standpoint, it hit. And then let's talk about all the loans and the PPP loans that the smaller businesses, some of them didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't
when I seen the Lakers getting money, they got 4, 5, 50 million. I'm like, man, hold on, man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like, you know, and then for me, it wasn't even necessarily just me. Like, I don't know, I've just been comfortable. Like we talked about before, I've been comfortable being uncomfortable. But when you got other people's lives on your back too, you know what I'm saying? It's not me. I got employees. So, you know, I got 10, 15 employees. We was in the middle. Like, we had contracts with Chrysler. So we going out to Chrysler plants, feeding them, and all of that just stopped. So that was really crazy. But I mean, all you can do is keep going.
Yeah, man. One thing the pandemic did teach me, and I'm actually thankful for it. At the time before the pandemic happened, I was working for somebody. You know, I was working for this club. I was relying on this person to pay me.
Mm-hmm.
And when the pandemic happened, he basically didn't save his money. I'm looking at it from a perspective of his career goals or whatever. He wasn't saving his money. So when the pandemic happened, he had to shut his bar down, fire everybody. Everybody was let go. No, nothing, no protection at all. And it was at that very moment I said I'll never put myself in that position. You know, I'll never put myself in a position to not save no money for a rainy day, because before then I wasn't. It was like, the money's here, I'm gonna spend it. I didn't put nothing to the side. Mm-hmm. So it really just taught me how to be more business aware and prepared, because you keep living. This ain't the last time something like this gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. We got to prepare ourselves to be better business owners and you know, have a little bit saved away. So the pandemic taught me that. And I remember sitting down for the 3 months that I really wasn't doing nothing, thinking that when we get out of this, I'm going to prepare myself. And even even in the industry you're in, I'm thankful for that, because it made the creators create. Yeah. You know, you got GoPuff, you got all these companies now that are really, really doing good just off the strength of what happened to us. So we if people was really paying attention, they learn other ways to get money. You know what I'm saying? So now even with your business, you got that. You got other ways to deliver that stuff out now. You know what I'm saying? So the pandemic was heartbreaking, because we lost people. But, you know, in the long run, it's like it just showed us so much that we didn't even put this stuff. I never even got a face mask before March 2020. I never had a face mask on. And now I'm kind of like, now I'm in the club like, yeah, what's up, fam? Ain't no more of that, like, dapping up and stuff like that. So we just learned so much. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how you look at it.
Yeah, the pandemic hit me so crazy, because being a photographer, like how you said DJ is your breadwinner, photography is the breadwinner for me as well. The flyers, obituaries, and T-shirts, all that is a side. You know, it's supplemental. You know what I mean? Yeah. But in April, well, you can even say March, but from April to September is my big season. That's wedding season. Mm-hmm. So, man, March, I believe 16th, I got COVID. So I was sick. Then after I got better, 2 days later, my damn house caught on fire, loses everything. They had to spend 47 days in the hotel while the insurance found us a rental property. So, man, you threw a fucking pandemic. And then the biggest part of my career, the biggest part of my business season, just a total halt. You know what I'm saying? So that shit had me look at life different. You know what I'm saying? Then fucking 6 days after the fire, my fucking daddy have a stroke and going to a coma. And then, you know what I'm saying, going to coma for 4 months. And then the first actual wedding I do of the year was the day he died. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, nigga, here I'm catching blows back to back. Like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So what it taught me is and it made me think of a lot of things differently. Just like, you know, focus more on family, like, because it slowed us down too. Niggas running the streets and got to meet here, got to be somebody. You know, we were overworking at one point. So I think besides the deaths, I think the pandemic, it gave us perspective. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be doing too much.
Right.
Yeah,
you know I agree. Because what's against hustling is hard if we're not enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to slow down for a minute, I think that was good. And it made us smarter as business people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of business was birthed out of the pandemic. A lot of people pivoted and had to figure out how they was going to survive through the pandemic. So like to be able to just take fucking wedding season away from me, that took 70% of my income away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just stopped. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying, had to wait a whole nother year to try to recoup once it got back to normal. So going through that, losing my pops, losing my house, you know what I'm saying, staying in a fucking hotel for 47 days. Do you understand how it is to be in a hotel for 47 days, my nigga? So mentally, that's a lot. And as a man, you know, we always were taught to hold everything in, you know what I'm saying? So taking all that pressure on at once, like I actually had to talk to a therapist. You know what I'm saying? I think mental health in our community is kind of frowned upon, or we don't want to talk about it. Nigga, I was out my shit. Even my wife noticed it. Like, she was like, you need to talk to somebody. You in a funk I ain't never seen you in before. Because everybody know me. I'm the guy that talks shit all day, or you know what I'm saying? And all that whole energy was gone. But I was just taking so many blows. You know what I mean?
What was it like talking to a therapist? Actually, the reason I said that because I never have. I mean, I hear it all the time, but I'm still like, I'm not saying I'm on the fence. I think it's definitely something that need to be talked about. But like, what is it like actually going down and actually talking to a therapist for people that you don't know and myself?
Actually, it was cool because of the guy was close in age, and it was kind of like he was relatable. So I felt like I was almost just talking to somebody one of my peers, but I just didn't really know him. And then when you know what I'm saying, like and then one thing about being in therapy, sometimes your first therapist might not be the one for you. You know what I mean? It's still so it's something you got to get comfortable with. But to have somebody to talk to that's not judging you, that just really want to help you get the shit off your chest. Because sometimes you just need to vent. Sometimes it ain't a mental like you don't need meds and shit like that. But sometimes you need to talk to somebody, and to have somebody that you don't know to talk to. Like it's hard to open up to a stranger. You know what I mean? But if you can, it can take some weight off. Because sometimes you just want to be heard, and you might not be heard, and you might not feel comfortable saying that to people you know, because you in that vulnerable place. You might feel like one thing we don't like saying shit because you don't want nobody to throw that shit back in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's one big thing where we won't tell everybody everything because you don't want nobody to ever hold it against you. Oh, nigga, I remember when you did you told me this. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big part of therapy. And if you got a person that you trust to that point where you can tell them anything, like I ain't saying you got to go see a therapist, but especially us as black men, we need to vent. We hold so much in and don't realize that shit can break us because we feel like we unbreakable, but we are fucking human beings. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we hold everything in. Every hit that the family take or the business take, we got to absorb. You know what I mean? And that's just natural. Our natural being as a man. Oh, you know, boy, men don't cry. This, that, and the third, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever that comes your way, you deal with.
Right.
Yeah. But nigga, I listen. 2020 opened me up, like, bro, like, nigga, I broke down at my daddy's funeral. I didn't even know I liked the nigga that much. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Like, I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? And then a year go past, and the day of his death, nigga, I broke down again. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But you know what I'm saying? I've been holding so much in, either just from his death or from our relationship, shit that we never really had closure on, and it shit still bothering me at a 41-year-old man with his own family. So if I need to get shit out to be better for my family, you know what I'm saying? So it's a big thing. No, not at this point. Not right now. No, not right now. No, not currently.
Therapy. Like right now, you know, just being transparent and clear. Like I had some issues going on with me personally where I can't break relationships. Like I'll hold on to a relationship. And I mean, it's not good at all, but I'm still like, we gonna ride out because I'm real testy. I'm trying to see if this person gonna catch on to the weird stuff they doing and stuff like that. So my wife told me to go see a therapist. And I'm thinking like to go to therapy for something like that, that's kind of small. Like, do I really need to go see a therapist for something like that? Yes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to go, she hooked me up with somebody, and mind you, this will be my third therapist. This will be my third one because I've talked to one therapist about this issue. I talked to another therapist about that issue. And that's why I asked you when you're still in it, because you'll go to therapy and the issue is resolved. So you stop, but life still goes on. So something might trigger you. You know, so right now I'm looking into going to therapy just so I can vent and learn how to let go of relationships that I don't need to be having. You know, so I advise black men, women, go to therapy. You know, that mental health is the most important. You lose that, you lose everything. If you ain't got your mind, you gone. You know what I'm saying? So go. I advise anybody to go see therapy.
That's
quick.
True.
The minute you feel like you need to go see therapy, go see therapy.
Right. So did you go into it with a goal? Like, so when you sit down, you know, and they have a plan, an action plan, a goal for you, or is it kind of like just venting, talking till?
Yeah, it's not like TV. You don't really go there and you lay down and the person just they'll tell you, like, you'll tell them your issue. From my perspective, they'll tell you your issue. You'll tell them the issue, and then they'll work out a plan. You know, like they know what they're doing, so they work out a plan and get you through that hump. And they'll check. The good ones will check with you, make sure they're doing it right. You know, what we need to switch directions. It's so good, man. Like I watched The Sopranos is one of my favorite shows, and Tony Soprano had this thing where Italians couldn't go see therapy, and that's how I grew up. I grew up watching that, so in my mind, I'm thinking a man's not supposed to go see a therapist. Why? You know what I'm saying? Men need to work their issues out, but it's like, no, I wish I didn't get that from that, because if I could, I would have been seeing therapy fresh out 19 years old.
Man, it's so much shit that we are taught that's just fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
You know, think about this, right? In where we're from, if you go to prison and come home, you celebrate it. Niggas hit you off with bread, money, whatever, cell phones. We don't do that to when you know somebody come home from college when they graduate.
Nope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we taught some weird shit. Like, we taught to bury our feelings, and we don't even realize that's the shit that's eating us up. Stress causes diseases, man. You know what I'm saying? But we don't go nowhere to try to get that shit off. And then we either, sometimes people self-medicate with drugs or alcohol. You know what I mean? So it's just things that we have taught. We got to break that cycle. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, like I say, these podcasts, like I say, a lot of it is entertainment and we shoot the shit, but I want you to always be able to get something out of what I'm saying on here or what my guests are saying. And like I say, mental health, man, it ain't shit to play with. You know what I'm saying? We just lost a young brother from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And he was going through some things, you know what I'm saying? And I know him. Shit, his daughter and my daughter went to school together, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, and it made me sit back and think about mental health in our neighborhood and how it's, you know what I'm saying? We quick to call a motherfucker crazy or weird, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers is going through shit. People are going through pain, man.
Right.
Yeah. I wanted to come home as soon as I found that out. A lot of things keep me away from the city, but that made me want to come home because I just feel like somebody got to be present. Like, it's good that we got 3 brothers on this line talking about real, but you can't have these conversations when you at the club. You know what I'm saying? Or when your only time to go out or like link up is when you go into a bar. Like there needs to be something put in place where they can see these men, these women, doing things that's positive because you are who you surround yourself by. We just surround ourselves by just consistently being with somebody who's not doing nothing for themselves, then we're all going to be not doing nothing.
That's true.
And it's sad. Like I'm a little emotional right now because like I said, I just wish somebody would have been able to kind of like reach out to dog and tell them what we're talking about right now.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, man.
The crazy thing is though about it, like if you don't know, like you see people, because think about it in high school, like back in high school, you will see people like, man, there's something wrong with him. He crazy, but not knowing mentally something is really wrong. Like you said, not to say our parents didn't have to go through it, but they wasn't taught. They didn't understand it. You know what I mean? So it's like to teach. I can't even be mad at our parents. They didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah.
So
they didn't know.
It just get passed down from generation to generation. So us not to know, it's almost like we're the first coming of realizing all of these things in the world that we was taught the wrong way. I think I posted something probably like a couple weeks ago, like, what if everything that you learned was wrong?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. 50% of it is shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we like I say, until you get older and start living the life of yourself, you start noticing like, why the fuck was we doing this? You know what I'm saying? Because we was taught that, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of different things we were taught, and you get to getting older, like that don't even make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I was on a bus ride. My sister was having my niece, and I ended up just catching the bus down there instead of driving. And a lady was whooping her kid, and she said, what she said, she was hitting her to stop crying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's counterproductive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Think she's already crying because you already hit her. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat the cry to people, somebody to stop. And I was like, we was taught to beat on our kids. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids need their ass beat, but really, do they really? Because I think you get more. They don't. I used to get a whooping and go back outside and be good, but you took that goddamn video game from me. I was sick. It's different ways to punish a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But we was taught that shit starts from slavery. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say rest in peace to Aaron, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a chance to know the young brother, even his mom's, rest in peace to her as well. I did work for, made shirts for him and shit like that. And like I say, his daughter and my daughter was in class together and they kind of looked alike. That's how we end up being cool. But I had already knew his mom, you know what I'm saying? But rest up to that brother. But mental health is real, man. Make sure y'all check on y'all people. And y'all see something wrong. And I remember one time I seen a girl make a stat on Facebook and it was like a suicidal stat. And I just inboxed like, yo, you okay? I don't even know the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And she just was like, my dad died, blah, 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 blah. And so you never know. You might save somebody's life, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
On some real shit. You know what I'm saying? I see we didn't got way, like I said, we came here to talk about entrepreneurship, but they don't tell them where these conversations go.
This comes with it. Mental health is the part of entrepreneurship. Having a strong mental. We not off topic. At all.
But that's
because a lot of people don't
this.
really. Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about that part. That we watch YouTube videos, we listen to podcasts, we hear all of this stuff about I made it, and if you follow these steps, you'll make it too. And it's like there's no same path.
No,
you know what I'm saying? There's no same path, and you're listening to somebody telling you they already made it. They're not going to tell you the other stuff. They're not going to tell you the struggles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is the struggle. This is the most important part about entrepreneurship. Is making sure that you can put your people on. And making sure that you're safe mentally in the process of doing that.
Right.
Period. That should be at the top. If that's not at the top, then the conversation is already going in the wrong direction.
Absolutely.
Because people are struggling. People are really, really struggling. 2020 did help a lot of people get that foot in. However they got it. I don't care how they got the money to get the startup, but however they got it. But it's some people that been doing this before that are now struggling because we watch those people just get that head start because of the PPP loans or because of whatever. And now we're kind of like trying to play catch up to them when that's a pride thing. It's so many things that have somebody that's mentally scarred. I don't want to say damaged, but have somebody that's really in a bad place mentally. And you just got to make sure that if you care about somebody, you got to check on them, make sure they're good, because rest in peace to Aaron, but that ain't the first person that we've lost, to something like in that manner. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't address the issue and use that as an example, it's going to continue to happen. So no, we right on topic. I'm glad we talking about this, actually.
Yeah, for sure. It's a real thing. It's something that we deal with in our community, and it just needs to be touched on. But before we get out of here, man, I just want to I guess I'm gonna give everybody a chance to say it. So I guess we start with you, Darryl. If somebody's watching this and they thinking like, you know what, I want to start a business, what advice would you give them?
I would say definitely do your research first. Starting out, you got to do the research in the area. If you can, get with somebody, shadow that person. So that's a part of the research. Get an understanding of what the job. Not the job, but the actual thing that you want to do, what it really entails. Like we said, because what you see that's only probably like 10% of what's actually going on. You got everything that goes on before that. So definitely that's the research part. Then you got to take action. Like a lot of people get stuck in the part. They might research, and never actually take action, bro. Like if you can research all you want, but if you don't ever take action, you're not going anywhere. After you take action, then you got to learn and review. You reviewing what you did, where you messed up, where your mistakes at, and you getting better from that. So after that, you just doing it over and over. You repeat the process. You research, do, learn. Research, do, learn. And I kind of some of the stuff I got that from is, I was watching a podcast earlier. And then I also thought back me playing football. Same thing. I go to practice. Then it's game day. Then you go watch film. And then you go back, practice. Then it's game day. Only thing with entrepreneurship, every day is game day. So, but you learning from your mistakes, and then you just getting better. Each and every day you getting better. Keep going, man. It's not easy at all. But just know, every morning you wake up, you got another shot to get it right.
Bet. What about you, Pest? As I hear the storm coming.
My daughter is running crazy in here right now. How embarrassing. Yes. Kate, I'm doing an interview right now. Okay. Wait, I need you to take her out. I'm doing an interview right now. Shut the door.
That's real life shit
right now. King, shut the door. Wait 5 more minutes.
It don't matter. Kids come first.
What I want to say is, it's nothing wrong with being the first you. That's the most I can tell somebody. A lot of my fear, even getting started, was worrying about how different I would be if I was to do what I'm doing right now. Would people accept that? Would people, a lot of my build was coming from comparison. it's nothing wrong with being the first you. So whatever you want to do it, you know, and that's just it. That's it. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say.
I would say definitely research. Research what you're getting into, so you can understand it. Having a full understanding of anything, because you could jump into shit and don't know nothing. Just see, because a lot of people see other people doing it and they just jump in. Right. I would say research, and I would say don't be afraid to fail. I think one of my qualities is I'm not scared to fail. If I fail, I would try something else. And I read a book when I was first getting serious. Like, I've been doing podcasts off and on since 2008. But now when I got serious about building this network, I went to a podcast convention called Podfest. And the founder of it wrote a book called Start Ugly. And what he was saying is a lot of people try to wait till everything is perfect. Got everything in line. But sometimes you actually just need to start it. Because once you start it, you can build on to it. You know what I'm saying? Because the perfect day is never going to be here. Like, I tell people all the time when they talk about traveling, and I'd be like, just go. Oh, I got to wait till all my bills. Your bills are always going to never be all the way paid. Because guess what? They're coming right back. Today, the first of the month, right? A new set. You just got a whole new set. So what are you waiting on? So I always would say start ugly, do your research, and fight, because it ain't going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? If you think the first fail or the first thing that get in your way, if that stops you, then this life is not even for you. But if you can get through that and then just keep pushing, and don't be afraid to ask for help. A lot of people get prideful, and it's mentors out there that will help you. But you got, you know what I'm saying, closed mouths don't get fed. So I'll always say try to reach out to a mentor or somebody in a similar business, get advice. Or if you got somebody that's just in business that you can have a conversation with and pick their brain, because a lot of it is parallel. You know what I'm saying? And just because you in this industry and you in this industry, you can still go through the same thing. And guess what? You still had to file the same paperwork to start an LLC. You still had to do, you know what I'm saying? You still had to go to the same website to get an EIN number. So just because that entrepreneur not in the lane of business that you in doesn't mean they're not knowledgeable to help you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big key. You know what I'm saying? I hope these jewels that we drop or information that we talk can help somebody, you know what I'm saying, help somebody get their business. And if somebody going through some mental issues and we need to reach out to a therapist, or just reach out to a friend, or reach out to your pastor, reach out to somebody that you can get some shit off your chest, man, because carrying that weight, you know what I'm saying, it's going to weigh you down. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that's real. And I really believe that. But starting with Darryl, won't you drop your business and also your social media, and how can they contact you or patronize your business?
Yep. So I have two businesses. My first is So Fresh Grill Restaurant. We downtown the Eastern Market. You can go to the website www.sofreshgrill.com. And then me and my wife actually just started a coaching and credit consulting company. So that's something new for us. We work on business credit. You can follow me, Darryl Folks, and then my wife is Latoya Folks. Team Gen Now. So basically, that's pretty much it, man. Just follow something. Rodney, before I get off, I just want to say, man, I salute to you, bro. You know, you started me out in the game. I mean, I started, but it you know, once you being a mentor to me, I just want to say I appreciate you and give your flowers right now, bro. And
sure,
Pest, too.
You know, we get down.
I know you was younger than me, but I'm definitely saluting you, bro, all the way back from the rap game, Exit 43A, Rouge High. I want to say to both of y'all, man. Like I said, give entrepreneurs, black men like myself, you know, their flowers while they still here, man. I salute both of y'all.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate that too.
So
and before I start,
go ahead.
Before I start, Rodney taught me a lot. Everything that I'm doing right now comes from what I've got out of a conversation at the Telegram. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you as well. And Darryl, I'm looking at you too, man. I be feeling, I'm so glad Rodney in the same state, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I be looking back at people in Michigan, and I'm proud, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us had dreams soon as we got out of high school, and to see us all applying that pressure right now, that keeps me motivated, you know.
That's what's up.
But I'm DJ Pest. The others I do, they fall under. So I got a media company called The Umbrella. I got a record label called Team Hustler. photography. It's a lot of stuff that I do, but it all falls under the DJ Pest thing. So to see that, you got to see me. So follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff at DJ Pest. I got a blog website, everybodyhatespest.com, and I got an internet radio station called U-Choice Radio. So however you get your fix, man, just make sure you tap in so you can get that.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I definitely appreciate you, brothers, for coming through tonight, man. Chopping up, great conversation. I call that was a good power hour. We about 55 minutes in, man, and people was engaged. Shouts out to everybody that was in the comments. You don't understand how much I appreciate your support, man. And make sure you like and share it, man, so we don't get the word out. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow us Real-ish Radio, and also download our app. You can get it. All our stuff is on our Linktree, linktree.com /prophecy313. And like I say, we got an app. You can watch our stuff on the app. You can watch us on YouTube. YouTube is Real-ish Radio. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get that up so we can take it to the next level. Within 48 hours, the audio version of this podcast will be available on all streaming platforms. So make sure y'all can tap in and check it out there. And like I said, on the Real-ish Radio app, we're actually streaming live on the app right now, as well as YouTube and Facebook, man. And we just trying to do our thing. I'm building. As y'all know, most people know me. I'm a photographer. Prophecy 313 is my personal Instagram, and Paparazzi Photography is the company. And I also do graphics. We do podcasts. We got a podcast network. I got other people on the network. We got a show. Christian, my sister, life coach Christian, she does Sundays. She has a show called Transparency Place, and one of my homegirls from college, Hampton University, Blaine J, got live with Blaine J. We about to add some more shows, and we just trying to build, man. And we hope y'all keep supporting us, and we definitely gonna keep bringing it to y'all. And I just, I'm humbled. I'm humbled to see these guys do their thing, man. Like, I played a small part. They trust me. They being very, very generous tonight. I just gave some jewels and information that I knew to them, and they took it to the next level. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? I had people that helped me and showed me some love. And I just hope, when I run into good guys that's doing their thing, and I can place a jewel or just say anything of encouragement, which I did with these two guys. And if y'all are on social media, you see Pest everywhere. You see So Fresh Grill everywhere. You see now he opening a credit company. See what I'm saying? We are growing, and we all growing together. And you know what I'm saying? If I can open up the door, I'm going to hold the window open. I'm going to leave it cracked. I'm going to do what I can do to make sure my people get on as well. As like I said, make sure y'all download the app. It's free. We're actually streaming on the app. I can't get it to focus in right now because the camera is tracking my face. But trust me, we live right now on the Real-ish Radio app. I just want to thank everybody for the support. And Pest, Darryl, I want y'all to hang on the line for a second. We're going to chop it up off air. But thanks for supporting us, man. Real-ish Radio it's a movement.
I am excited to talk to my ladies primarily. And guys, if you want to be here with me, hang out. I want to welcome you into my space, my world, my thoughts, and I want to share them with you. And I hope that it inspires someone. It brings about some transformation.
Hi, I'm Blaine, host of Live with Blaine J, a podcast that airs right here on Real-ish Radio. Every week, I connect you to all the people, brands, and businesses you need to know about. I'm gearing up for season 2, and I can't wait to talk to you. So keep your notifications locked right here to Real-ish Radio.
Said I struggle to get mine. Hustle from the bottom, no customers don't lie. 365 is in days and the phone shine. Hustle till I die, so whenever I shine.